I mean, it's tough, but CC, you talked about this yesterday, about they need to make it physical and start something.
Yes.
And I like what Tristan Thompson did. Obviously, I'm not really, it doesn't kill me if a guy shoots the ball with the shot clock running down, but I understand what Tristan Thompson
it's a normal NBA rule. When the game is out of hand, typically they would dribble it out and hand it either to the ref and not shoot it.
And then, but you know, Draymond Green came up walking up clapping to him, telling him bye.
Yes.
So I like the fact that Tristan Thompson did something that actually was physical with him. And now he set the table, though. You need something. The table is set.
And Draymond...
Especially when you're the underdog.
And Draymond was doing
talented.
his dancing directed at a player who wasn't even playing in Kendrick Perkins.
Yes, I
pretending
saw that.
he was waving pom-poms. Draymond is one of the greatest defensive players of this generation. He also can be a front-running punk on the court. I don't use either of those words lightly. I know the way he conducts himself, that right there, when you guys have stolen a game, is BS Bush League behavior. Period. Point blank.
But Nick, you have to realize when you come into the game, the scouting report, that is Draymond Green.
Agreed.
He's limited as an offensive player, great perimeter defensive player, can switch 1 through 5. Hey guys, don't get in any exchange with him. He is a professional trash talker. That is all part of what he does. So Draymond, to me, was doing what he's supposed to do. He's not going to get 20 points. He's not going to get 20 rebounds. But he will get you 10. We'll get you 12 rebounds, 8 assists, and he is the edge player. He's the only edge player that they have.
Well, I'm just curious why that bothers you so much, because CC talks all the time about these guys in the league, in football, that were just known for the way they talk, and they don't shut up, and they ride you, and I mean, that's part of who they are, and it helps pump them up. How is it different in this sport?
Well, it's a different sport. You're not allowed to hit them back. Like in football.
No. In football and basketball, they both talk trash.
I understand that.
Like, and as a quarterback talk trash, he can't hit back. As an offensive player, you're limited as far as what you can do. Man, trash talking is a part of sport, and especially basketball and football.
I don't have a problem with him trash talking. If that's his identity and that's the way he shows toughness for Golden State, I have no problem with it. My thing with Draymond Green is that he couldn't play in the late 90s, early 2000s. Obviously, he couldn't play in the 80s. Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, Dennis Rodman, it ain't you just get to talk. You got to fight for real. And it may go into the locker room. And I don't know if Draymond Green built for that. He's great at talking on the court. They break it up. Tristan Thompson hit him in his face. He didn't do anything. He could have reacted. All of a sudden, now you don't react. So if I'm Cleveland right now, I got him right where I want him.
And that's the answer to the question. Is like, I understand there's trash talking in the NBA. On the spectrum of guys, who talks the least trash of anyone? We'll pick my guy, Jetty Osman. He's on this end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum of the entire league is him. The other end of the spectrum of the histrionics when his team has taken control of the game, very often through none of his doing, is him.
That's what he needs. That's what that team needs. That's who Draymond is. Draymond is being true to himself and to his lack of athleticism. That is his edge.
But see, you know what his team doesn't need is when he goes 4 fingers to the eyeballs of LeBron.
That's just a hard foul.
No, hold on.
That's part of the game, too.
Agreed. Let me finish real quick. To get a technical protesting the call. Korver ended up missing the free throw. He smacks LeBron flush in the face. That happens. That's not a dirty play. He got him clean up top, got him in the face there. But to argue that call,
man, there's
and
no
get
one.
Technical,
every NBA player, every call they say, "Oh man, I didn't touch the dude."
Right, but there's a reason he leads the league in technicals every year. See?
Yeah, but so what? He getting ready to get his 3rd championship, Nick. It's working. If it was Steph, if it was Clay, we would have a conversation.
That's it. It's working for the Warriors.
This is who this guy is. He knows they stole him. He said it in the press conference after the game.
It works until you get what happened 2 years ago, when he gets into it and then he gets suspended a game and you lose the series. And these type of situations like last night can happen again if he gets suspended. You see right now Cleveland's got to have some confidence the rest of this series, being the way they played last night. Obviously, LeBron was great, but they had a good team effort last night. They should feel good about themselves.
Had a great game plan.
Yes, they should feel good about themselves. And if Draymond Green wants to continue to play at this, if I'm Tristan Thompson, I'm not backing down from this.
Yeah, the reason
who needs who more? They need Tristan Thompson more, or you need Draymond Green more?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Tristan Thompson, I'm coming out, I'm looking for it.
The way you combat trash talking is get buckets. get stops. All right? Kendrick Perkins, he can't help the team out. So guys on the sideline, that's the only thing that they can do is cheer
Back in the
to
day,
get involved.
you suit them up.
Oh, well, yeah.
Back in the day.
They don't want no part of the old NBA. They prefer it the way it is right now.
But then you don't think there is a standard that great players, that you don't think Draymond's a great player? Let me ask you.
No, I don't think Draymond's a great player. I think he's a utility tool that has been utilized great. All right? I believe he's a second-round pick. And if he didn't have Clay, if he didn't have Steph, and if he didn't have KD, and you see that when they're out.
They complement his skill set.
He's in the perfect situation.
There is no doubt.
But I think if you win Defensive Player of the Year in this league, at least in my eyes.
That don't make you a great player. Okay. It makes you a great defender.
Okay, so fair enough. But he's an all-star. He's a champion. He's Defensive Player of the Year. For him to be taunting Kendrick Perkins, who was in the G League.
But this is what they do.
But who's they? When you say
this is what a guy who has that role. That is what his job is to do.
To taunt guys that aren't in uniform?
Absolutely, especially if it gets up under their skin. Absolutely. And you know something, Nick? If you were a basketball player, you would be doing the same thing. You would be talking trash to people, getting under their skin psychologically. That's exactly what you would be doing.
You'd be very good at it.
Agreed. But it doesn't. Here's the thing. If you can say that's how I would play, I don't know if you see my high school tapes. You're kind of actually right. That is exactly how I played. You are correct, sir. But guess what? People hated me. And you're allowed to say, see, that this is who he is. And I'm allowed to say, and that's why I don't like him.
If I'm on a team, I want a Draymond Green. Okay? I need a guy that knows what his role is and is going to do everything that he can. He's going to go right to the edge, and then every once in a while, oh, excuse me, sir, he stepped across.
Did you ever play with a guy like Draymond?
Yeah, of course, all the time. You're going to always have one of those guys. I played with some of the biggest trash talkers. Gary Payton was one of the biggest trash talkers ever, but he could bag it up. I'm not saying Draymond Green can't bag it up. He's been a good player so far in his career. But I played with Gary Payton, who talks trash to everybody.
But were you okay with him doing that?
If Draymond was not on the Warriors,
because he can bag it up.
All right? If Draymond was not on the Warriors, his game would change. All right? You can talk more trash when you got more firepower. I talked a lot, man. We got Randy Moss. Oh, my goodness. Yep.
That's what's so aggravating, I think, is it seems like it's front-running. It seems like, okay, you guys had 73 wins. You then had Kevin Durant, and you are still doing this. You are still doing these types of.
If he's not, he's going to be out the league, Nick. When he stopped talking trash, I talk to Coach Izzo all the time. And Coach Izzo stays in Draymond's butt till this day. Draymond really respects him, and Coach realizes, man, there are going to be some times where I'm gonna have to get on the kid because he's going to bend the rules just a little bit. We talk about it all the time, Draymond and Draymond's antics. But if he doesn't bring that type of energy, Draymond is just an average player. So that right there, I respect, and I respect what he brings to the Warriors.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.